This episode was brought to you by Pentester Academy, the leader in online cybersecurity education. Join over 10,000 professionals from 90 countries to learn security online. Also brought to you by Hacker Arsenal, artillery for cyber warriors. Visit us on hackerarsenal.com to check out our latest attack defense gadgets. I'm Marley Oxenholm from Pentester Academy TV, and welcome to our show, Access Point, where we spotlight cybersecurity companies and give an inside look at the people and technology behind the latest advancements in the industry. I'm joined today by Hamid Karimi, who is VP of Business Development at the company Beyond Security. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for the invitation.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining me. You ready to get started?
I'm ready.
All right. First question then. What is the future of vulnerability assessment in your opinion?
Vulnerability assessment is a mature technology, and for over 2 decades, we have seen pretty much the same set of technologies and solutions being offered by a number of vendors. I see the future of vulnerability assessment as more integration and automation. There are other, disparate solutions such as patch management, integration into the cloud security services, and so on, that need to be better integrated into the vulnerability management for the 21st century.
Okay, wonderful. And now I'm wondering that given the volume of vulnerabilities afflicting applications, how does Beyond Security manage to address this trend?
We have taken a three-pronged approach, essentially looking at the application development first from the coder's point of view, the developer, and come up with a solution, which is a white box testing, looking at the standard rule sets by using static application security testing, and take this to the next level of black box testing, or using tools like fuzzers and unknown vulnerabilities in the applications. And finally, after the applications are deployed and operational, we use other tools like DAST and vulnerability assessment to make sure that their operations are actually in compliance with the company policies and other regulations.
Okay, got it. And so now how do you differentiate between known and unknown vulnerabilities then?
Known vulnerabilities are obviously the ones that have already, at least from our perspective, an associated vulnerability ID or something like CVE. And these vulnerabilities have been incorporated through different libraries into our scanner, vulnerability assessment scanner. So we are able to quickly identify them, pinpoint, and grade them based on the threat that they pose to an organization. Unknown vulnerabilities, obviously, as the name suggests, are a different approach. What we have done is through methods such as white box testing and black box testing, we use tools like statistical and regression analysis to understand very anomalous and unusual patterns that can cause a system to break down. This is, in particular, is relevant to organizations that are operating industrial control systems, connected cars, or autonomous vehicles, and so on. The relevance of tools for deploying black box testing and identifying unknown vulnerabilities is becoming more widespread. Known vulnerabilities continue to grow, and we need to just keep up the pace and make sure that as the volumes continue to increase, we are able to match these one by one.
Absolutely, I agree. It seems like it's growing at such a rapid pace, especially nowadays more than ever, too. So I'm wondering, what is the role of threat intelligence in vulnerability management?
Threat intelligence has evolved within the past few years, and now it has a direct relevance to vulnerability assessment and management. The way we see the confluence of threat intelligence and vulnerability management and its value to the organization is giving contextual data that we discover. Threat intelligence is able to give us real-time intelligence as what is relevant now, and as we look at the vulnerabilities in the organization, how we can grade and assess the severity of a given vulnerability based on what's going on in the big cybersecurity space. So the role of threat intelligence as we move forward with the evolution of vulnerability assessment and management is quite large.
Okay, yes, I definitely agree in that sense. And now, as cloud native applications proliferate and IT externalization becomes more popular, how do you plan to provide differentiated value to all of your customers?
We need to actually provide differentiated value through both integration and automation. The cloud security providers and just native cloud applications are increasingly popular. Initially, they were more popular with larger organizations, and now the mid-sized enterprises are also adopting these models.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that there is no onerous attempt by the DevOps and SecOps in the way they use cloud-native applications. And when they use our solutions, this is tightly integrated into the overall platform.
Okay. And now what about comparing and contrasting the roles of anti-malware and vulnerability assessment technologies? How do you do that?
I would really use the analogy of comparing vitamins with painkillers.
Okay.
Assessment and management effectively is a preventive measure. We are essentially the vitamins for the DevOps and SecOps within the enterprises. If you look at the actual statistics, 99% of the breaches that occur within any organizations, they occur because there is a known vulnerability that has not been patched and corrected. So if you take your vitamins, obviously, you're not going to get sick as often, as we know. And once we go beyond that level, of course, there is always that 1% chance that the threat is going to go through our defenses and an attack is going to take shape and afflict the organization. So in that case, antivirus and anti-malware comes to our defense because it's a real-time protection that prevents a nefarious executable from affecting the organizational productivity, and also filtration of data is not going to take place.
Okay. I love that analogy too, the vitamins versus the painkillers. That makes sense. So since the containers and microsegmentation markets are becoming popular with certain industries, what role can Beyond Security play there?
We need to, as a vulnerability assessment and management company, we need to build native support for containers as we move forward to make sure that this second wave of virtualization, as we know, containers are effectively taken the virtual machines and on the concept of virtualization to the next level by virtualizing the underlying operating system. Applications are going to be increasingly developed based on the container model. And we know, of course, that the most popular container company is Docker. Moving forward in the next 3 to 5 years, I do expect vulnerability assessment and management companies to build native support for containers and make sure that as the applications that move between containers traverse the organization, they are fully secure and their posture is completely known to the SecOps.
Okay, very nice. And now I know asset discovery and management presents a serious challenge for IT security teams. In what ways are you guys able to ease that kind of pain?
Discovering assets and identifying them correctly without false positives and negatives is a critical requirement for any organization, at least for both DevOps and SecOps organization. What we have discovered in our practice that in many cases, due to previous breaches and compromises within the organizations, a lot of assets advertise themselves incorrectly. They effectively, as an example, I can give you a real discovery that we went through. There was an organization, we discovered within this organization after running our scanners that there were Windows servers present, whereas the actual devices behind the scene were Linux servers. The reason was that there was a malware present on the server, advertising itself as a completely different asset.
Oh, no.
So if you take that with blind faith, obviously the solutions that are going to apply to the discovered vulnerabilities are going to be ineffective. So we need to make sure that the assets are properly discovered and their role within the organization are completely understood and are within the given policies and the compliance regime of the enterprise. So discovering assets properly without false positives and negatives and tying them to the organizational assets to meet compliance is critical.
Absolutely. I agree with that. It makes such a world of a difference at that point too. And now lastly, are there any other things that you'd like to highlight about the company?
Beyond Security has been in the business for about 20 years. We started as a threat research organization and have discovered more than 12,000 unique vulnerabilities. Many of these are actually 0 days.
Wow.
We have really taken a lot of measures to make sure that in addition to publicly available known vulnerabilities, we are also addressing other areas of vulnerability, including unknown vulnerabilities. So moving forward, our goal is to make sure that organizations, their operational networks are safe and are in compliance, whether it's HIPAA, SOX, GDPR, or other compliance regimes, all covered. And furthermore, given the importance of applications and their role in any organization, we have taken other measures in our product development lifecycle to make sure that applications from their inception all the way to the operational level are clearly safe and have a known posture to the IT team and the security operations.
Absolutely. Hamid, thank you so much for sitting down and speaking with me today about all this. This was very eye-opening and very informative. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Also, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook so you don't miss out on any of the latest cybersecurity news. This episode is brought to you by Pentester Academy, the leader in online cybersecurity education. Join over 10,000 professionals from 90 countries to learn security online. Also brought to you by Hacker Arsenal, artillery for cyber warriors. Visit us on hackerarsenal.com to check out our latest attack defense gadgets. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.